everyone, Tony Phelan here with CompetitionX, and today we're going to be reviewing Tekno RC's EB410 4-wheel drive 1/10 scale race buggy. Before we get into the performance of the vehicle, let's go over a few of the cool features this buggy has. The basis of this buggy is a chassis that is made from a piece of 7075 aluminum, ground to 3mm thick, which has all kinds of pockets milled into it to help lighten it up. All the electronics are packed in tight forward of the center diff with a Shorty only LiPo setup on the left hand side. There's plenty of space for most electronics, even giving the option for a short or tall steering servo. The suspension looks like it was pulled right from an 8-scaler. Massive front arms and 10mm front, 8mm rear plastic shock towers are going to take a whole lot of abuse. There's 3mm inner and outer hinge pins that are captured by CNC machined 7075 hinge pin braces front and rear. 13mm big bore shocks are also included, using flat pistons and 3.5mm steel shock shafts for extra durability. A rear anti-roll bar is also included with the kit. The EB410 comes with 3 rebuildable gear differentials using lightened out drives to reduce rotating mass. Metal ring and pinions ensure long life with aluminum tapered dog bones transferring power down the center of the car. CVA shafts and 6mm stub axles extend out to all 4 corners with custom tiny serrated wheel nuts keeping the tires in place. A reverse bell crank steering system is used that rides on quality bearings. Adjustable steering stops, Ackerman, and bump steer are all built in. Thick plastic parts are again used here. Both caster and steering blocks are impressively macho. Typically we like to install all the radio gear, but when we approached R1 Wurks, they wanted to take over the project so they could shorten all the wires up to give it a really pro look. With that, we decided to install the whole R1 treatment. Digital 200 amp ESC, 13.5 turn V16 brushless motor, digital high torque low profile steering servo, and a 6000 milliamp 2S Graphene Shorty LiPo pack. This is one seriously powerful system ready to pack a punch in the EB410. Finally, we needed a good set of shoes on this nimble four-wheeler, so we hit up our friends over at rawspeed RC and got a set of stage 2s all the way around in their clay compound. This was my first time running these tires, and I have to say that not only do they have some incredible traction, there was barely any wear on them after a full day of testing. So handling out of the box is really good. The kit setup is really good. It did have a little bit too much front grip and not enough rear, but thankfully I could just adjust a few things on the car without having to buy new springs or different anti-roll bar sizes or anything, and just tune what the car came with and lock it in place. So that's really a good deal for those that want to just get a car and drive it and not have to buy all these other parts to make the car work. There's also a few small things that Tekno did that you don't see too often, but they're like little minor details that kind of really set a car off. One that I like is the fact that the body has markings where you would put Velcro, and that marking lines up with the actual mounts on the body or on the chassis. So you just put your Velcro on either here or here, set it on there, push it on, and your Velcro's lined up. You're not having to like, okay, do I have to line it up? It's great. Another one of the wire looms. There's 2 little hooks right here that hold the wires that come across, that hold them in place. Another little trick feature that you just don't see on cars. There's also these dirt guards, just another little added feature, that's cool. There's also this fan mount, which you can attach a fan, and again on the side of the car are little scribes on the body that you can cut out to suck air in to help cool the motor. One other thing that kind of really tickles me wrong is sealed diffs. A sealed diff to me means you build it and it is sealed. However, I've built some sealed diffs before, and within 1 or 2 battery packs I can see it starting to leak out. I don't know if that's builder error, probably not, because I built enough diffs to know. These went together well. I can usually look at the middle one and tell if, I don't need to see the ones in the gearbox as much as I need to see the center one. If the center one is leaking, then most likely the front and rear ones are leaking too, but this one has no leakage at all, and that's a definite plus in my book. So what did we not like about the car? Well, there's only 2 things, and the first one really isn't about the car itself, but it's about what didn't come with the car, and that would be wheels. I understand not supplying tires because that's dependent on loose track or hard pack track or dirt or carpet, but wheels, you know, you got to put those tires on wheels, and whether or not you supply the wheels or not, you still need those same wheels for that car. So the fact that there were no wheels on it, it's kind of a little bit of a bummer for somebody buying the car as maybe a first-time four-wheeler or something like that. The second thing is, again, another minor one, but it's, and I've seen this a lot on four-wheel drives that are coming out right now, and that's the fact that to attach the front bumper, they're using screws sticking out of the front of the bumper. And I get it because you can screw that right into the hinge pin mount, it's great, but every single time I come off a jump, come down like this, hit weird, land wrong, whatever, I'm taking these two screws and the holes right in there full of dirt. I take the time to dig that out every single time, but for those that don't, I could see the dirt getting caked in there, getting stuck in the screw head, and then when you want to take that out, you're stripping the screw head out because the driver isn't going all the way in. It's going into as much of the dirt as you've taken out. So how do we feel about the EB410? Well, it's pretty rad. I've had a great time building it. It went together fantastic. On the track, the car is really, really good. It feels planted. Any suspension changes that you might make to it that you know should do something, that's the way they work. There's no surprises with this car. It's not like tweaking something you're concerned that it's going to do something else. It does what it's supposed to do when you tune the suspension. The rawspeed tires, impressed with these. They have very little wear on them after about 20 battery packs, which is great for guys who want to race but don't want to have to, you know, be buying a new set of tires every week to keep up with the fast guys. These tires, check them out if you haven't. Check them out. Great tires. The R1 power system, pretty phenomenal. I have other four-wheel drive buggies that have other power systems in them, and on this same layout, OCRC, there's like a triple section where you kind of have to go a little wider to make the jump. If you want to try and jump the triple, you got to go a little wider to make it. I don't have to do that with this power system. You can take a little tighter line, roll up on the throttle, mash the throttle when you get up the face of the jump, and it's going to clear the triple without a problem. Probably one of the fastest 13.5 systems I've driven, and I will be inquiring about getting some more of these for some other projects I'm doing because this thing's got some power. All right, well, that wraps up this review. Please check the description below for links of the manufacturers used in this review. Visit their website, say hi, check out their products. And if you haven't yet, please click that subscribe button for CompetitionX, and you'll see some future videos, other reviews. We got some other cool products coming out. All right, well, that's about it. Thanks for stopping by. See you soon.